A guy that since the last game before the All-Star break has been playing really well is Chris Duarte. And we didn't talk about him last week, but I think we were planning on at least mentioning him potentially because he played really, really well in Denver ahead of the break. And in the 3 games since, he's been a very useful contributor. He has looked far more comfortable in the offense, which has been a very big work in progress. He's finding that balance between just keeping his hands out and using his chest while not fouling at all. I think he's been better at that. And he looks far more useful in the sense that Mike Brown kind of has another versatile player to use. He's almost kind of like another Trey Lyles, not in the same position or role, but in terms of now you can go smaller with both of those guys out there. Now you can kind of switch far more ubiquitously out there on the defensive end. And you've seen it with the smaller lineup. It's been like a small lineup of roughly, I think it's like Fox, Monk, maybe Herter, Duarte, and Lyles. Maybe you swap Monk or Herter with Davion or something like that. But it's roughly like that small lineup with Lyles at the 5 and Duarte out there being this kind of versatile perimeter defender with strength that can give you the ability to guard a range of players. And I think that is the kind of stuff that unlocks the versatility, that unlocks what you're going to be able to do in terms of adjustments in the playoffs. It gives you another card to pull out. We talk about how much that's important for Lyles and how much that adds to his value. I think we're seeing that to a degree with Duarte. And Duarte is another guy that still is going to be with the Kings, at least in terms of the way his contract works out on his rookie deal. He's going to be with the Kings next season. There's a chance that he's really just developing and setting himself up to maybe do something late this year and do something going forward with the Kings. I kind of expected him to have a better post-All-Star break, much in the same way I do with Davion Mitchell. And I expect him, if he is indeed on the team next season, I expect him to be a way, way more consistent contributor than he was, at least in the first 2/3 of this season. So it'll be really interesting to see how he closes out the year and how he's utilized and how he can function in the playoffs, because I think he can be a secret weapon, but he hasn't necessarily shown he's done it in long stretches, so he's got to do that first. But I think it's an interesting thought.